This is a beautiful part of the country. We're in the Montana Rockies. Kind of tell why they call this big sky country, because you can see 360 degrees.
Welcome to the land of shining mountains, Montana. Also known as the Treasure State, this region's delivered nearly $40 billion of gold.
Montana has a history of some of the largest gold strikes in America.
Now, I'm going to show you how to get some of that gold. This state has major potential for a life-changing strike for the everyday gold hunter. And some of the greatest opportunity is found under Montana's surface. And getting it isn't as difficult or expensive as you think.
If you hit the right spot, it could change your life.
But first, you're probably wondering what hard rock mining really is. Gold forms deep in the Earth's core, inside molten rock known as magma. Over millions of years, the magma is forced up inside the Earth's crust. When this liquid cools, it solidifies into veins of quartz and gold, and this is what we call ore. Hard rock miners tunnel into the mountainside and chip away at the rock to release the ore and then retrieve the gold.
In Montana, there's over 10 million ounces of gold left, worth over $20 billion.
Let's go find some of that hard rock gold. Abandoned mines, where the expensive tunneling has already been done, are great places to start. So I'm in Virginia City to meet a young miner who's looking to do just that.
Hunter is, a very good prospector. He loves gold, and he's tried to start a small-time mining operation. He sounds like an incredible individual. Hunter?
Yep.
I'm Dave.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm Dave.
I'm Brody.
Brody? Nice to meet you. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty well intact miner's cabin. Normally, you don't see them intact. That means they were working this mine a little bit later.
Track's been pulled out, but the railroad ties and the spikes are all still on the ground.
They did. They pulled the steel out,
Yep.
and they would have used it for the war effort, made bombs and
Planes
and airplanes and tanks and all that. So, yeah, I kind of get it.
See, the miners even played a part.
Yeah. Actually, they pulled the miners out, too.
Yep.
They either went to fix ships or in the factories, or they went to war.
During World War II, the gold mining industry shut down, and thousands of miners were called up to serve. Sadly, many never returned to claim their riches. But their missed opportunity could be your payday.
So right here, here's the portal to the drift.
Oh, there it is.
There's an estimated 500,000 abandoned mines in the U.S., and claiming one can cost you as little as $230.
A little bit of water.
Yeah, there's water coming in the back.
It's pretty solid. Was this a claim somebody let lapse?
Yeah. You can see this stuff here is pretty loose.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to go in there and mine it, you'd really want to shore this up and make sure none of this stuff can come down. Me and him, we're small scale. Your running costs are a lot less.
If you find the right mine, you can be successful.
Shoring up an abandoned mine can be expensive. So if you land your own ore mine, look around. There could be a golden opportunity sitting right on the surface.
What we're looking for is indicators like here.
Yep.
The fact that this is a heavy rock means there's heavy elements in there. Gold, silver. It all looks really, really good. What makes it look good is all the minerals in the quartz, but all the gold and the silver's in here, along with pyrite, and there's sulfur in here. I think that's the ore we're looking for right there.
You don't have to own a mine to cash in on these gold-rich rocks, but always check with the landowner first before you go out hunting.
How long have you been prospecting?
About 10 or 11 years. We were in Virginia City, moved up here and didn't have much. The place we were going to live actually fell through, so we ended up living in this camper. That was all we could find to borrow.
So you're living in a camper.
Yep.
You, your mom.
My little sister, my little brother.
So there's 4 of you. How old are you?
So that would have been about 12.
Gosh,
Right,
okay.
about 12.
Okay.
And so this old guy walks out, and I asked him, I just bluntly was like, hey, do you guys know how to find gold?
Yeah.
And he grabs his pan, goes like this, and he had a dozen pickers in it.
Nice.
And I was, you know, at that moment, I was like, holy cow.
Oh, boy.
I'd like to live up here. I'd like to buy a ranch, mine, and, you know, and kind of have a good time doing it, but know you're making money while you're doing it, too.
If this waste ore contains enough gold, it could put good money in hunters' pockets and fuel further mining.
So how are you going to test this?
Run kind of a rough assay. It won't be real accurate, but we'll get an idea.
An assay tests the amount of gold in the ore, done by heating the rock to very high temperatures, a process called smelting.
So you got your own smelter?
Yep.
Homemade, I suppose?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, this ought to be fun. We're going to find out if that mine's worth anything. We're getting ready to crush some rock. This ore crusher takes the bigger rocks down to that size.
A good crusher can set you back over $5,000, but you can rent one for $200 per week.
All right, here's the ore. That went pretty quick. Woob took that ore and it pulverized it down to sand.
With the ore crushed to a fine powder, now we need to find the gold. We're using a $400 fine sluice known as a gold cube. Like any sluice, water washes lighter, worthless material away. The heavy gold sinks and is trapped in the grooves.
Do you see this, Dave? No.
Oh, wow. Look at that. There's going to be some gold in there.
To retrieve the microscopic gold from the concentrate, Hunter is mixing it with a substance called flux, making it easier to smelt.
1.25 to 1 ratio.
You got soda ash and borax.
Yeah.
Causes the flux, which then pulls the impurities out.
Widely available as household cleaning products, this costs Hunter just a few bucks.
You ready to see this redneck ingenuity?
Let's see it.
The next stage needs heat.
So we'll get that furnace set up.
This should be done away from vegetation with easy access to water to avoid risk of fires.
Be prepared to be amazed. That's the kiln.
Really?
Yeah. The nice thing is this stuff's cheap, withstands a really high heat.
Hunter is using a $30 ceramic fiber blanket that insulates the heat to reach the point gold melts, 1,947 degrees Fahrenheit.
Here's our torch.
And Hunter's made his from an old vacuum cleaner.
It's crude. It's a poor man's way of smelting gold.
We're gonna fill this about half full. Sit that in the middle.
Your makeshift furnace.
Now for the fuel, a tank of good old-fashioned propane.
It's 2,400 degrees right now.
That's pretty amazing.
Now let's pour it.
Okay, here we go.
After an hour in the furnace, the molten liquid is cooled on a steel plate until it solidifies again.
Backyard engineering right there.
This will clean off a little of that extra slag that we don't want.
Yeah, that's good.
Then it's time for round 2 in the furnace to burn off the remaining impurities.
And then your precious metals will be on the top.
If that's that big, that's damn good.
That's damn good. I think that's all silver and gold.
At roughly 1/3 of a gram, that's $20 of gold right there.
Gentlemen, that's a big button. Out of 1 bucket of ore?
We said a buck was 80 pounds.
It'd be 25 grams in a ton at about 50 bucks a gram. $1,250 a ton.
With the potential to run a ton of ore a day, Hunter could be making around $6 grand a week, and that's just the rock on the surface. But if it's a reflection of the gold underground, he could be onto a serious payday.
If you guys are going to do it on a small scale, you can go after that vein and start making some money. You're going to be millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So you know there's gold there. Looks to me like it's profitable. What are you guys going to do now?
Next would be shore up that portal. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then assay the vein itself.
You guys might be onto something. Just two guys going in there, doing it yourself. That's pretty good. There's opportunity in these mountains to find gold. If people out there do their homework and they do their research and they find the right mine, they can make money at it.
If you find yourself in the wonders of backyard Montana, there's an estimated $20 billion in gold that's still out there for the taking. And now, I'm focused underground. I want to show you where and how people are digging for hard rock dollars on a minimal budget. But
one of the biggest problems I've encountered when you're going after hard rock is you got to extract the gold from the ore, because typically the gold's so small and so fine that you've got to crush the rock and then you've got to have a way to extract the gold. It's very, very expensive.
right now, I'm headed to the outskirts of Helena, where I tracked down someone hoping to revolutionize the process for the everyday gold hunter.
I saw on the internet, there's this couple and they're extracting on a small scale. They're doing it cheap using environmentally safe products.
And they're doing it in their very own backyard.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm Dave.
I'm Keith.
Hi, Keith.
And I'm Eva.
Hi, Eva. Nice to meet you. I want to know what got you into hard rock.
When we came up to Montana, the ore is entirely different. The gold is incredibly small. That told us right away we had to go to a leaching thing because cyanide's not legal. Yep. We had to go to something non-toxic.
Leaching has been used in gold extraction for over 130 years. Historically, the leaching process relies on chemicals like cyanide being sprayed over large heaps of crushed ore. It dissolves the gold from the ore and puts it into a solution, and it's then taken back out and collected. It's the most efficient and widely used method of gold recovery in hard rock mining. But due to extensive regulations surrounding the use of cyanide, Montana made it illegal in 1998.
It's been interesting.
Yeah.
We had to invent stuff along the way. The key ingredient is relatively widely available. It's not real expensive. Our leaching costs in terms of chemicals are on the order of $10 to $20 a ton of ore.
This is your leaching
Solution of water,
just the
nothing
chemicals and
else.
water.
$6 a kilo, and it's no more toxic than a lot of stuff under your sink.
Keith's secret solution is a blend of environmentally safe chemicals that combined are just as effective as cyanide at dissolving gold.
So we've got a piece of ore all crushed down. We add this.
Add the crushed ore to the solution,
And then you put it
agitate,
for how long?
24 hours.
This backyard-built agitator continually spins the sample to mix the crushed ore into the solution.
So now all your gold's in solution, so it's all in the liquid.
Correct. All the gold is up here.
Now dissolved, the gold needs separating from the liquid.
So far, you haven't seen any gold.
No, where's the
Okay.
gold?
Come on back over here. Now we just have to get it out of the liquid. Again, we like to do everything simple, cheap, low tech. This is something called electroless plating. If you wanted to plate gold on a ring or jewelry, exact same process.
Electroplating passes a current between two metal electrodes. The dissolved gold particles become positively charged, and they're attracted to the negatively charged electrode, forming a coat of gold on the outside.
So gold will stick to that? Oh my gosh.
You'll scrape it off, and that's basically gold.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's starting to look like gold. That's an amazing process. What percentage do you think the gold is here now?
This stuff here is about 50% gold.
To refine the gold further, it's on to the second stage with Eva.
So you're the smelter?
I am the smelter.
A few dollars of lead powder draws out the impurities.
Now we're going to head out to the furnace and
To
put
the
it right
furnace.
in.
All right, let's burn something.
Absolutely. So that is a 55-gallon drum with a very high-powered exhaust fan.
How long do you think it'll be in there?
Half an hour to 45 minutes.
A furnace like this can cost up to $1,000. But you can always use a cheaper backyard setup like Hunter.
So where's our gold now?
Our gold is inside that lead button.
One last round in the furnace before we see the gold.